Hi, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to look at the fascinating musical collaborations between Billy Preston and the Beatles. What I'm going to do is explore how this talented musician contributed to their music, both as a band and during their solo careers. Let's get into it.
Would you join me, Mr. Cole?
I'll be more than happy to. You started off. Thank you, Bill Preston. I know that you have a very excellent career ahead of you, and keep up the good work and good luck, huh?
Oh, loved that duet with Billy Preston and Dad. What I loved, too, was that he's so cool. He let this 10-year-old, how old was Billy, 10, 11? He lets this kid have all the glory.
So the journey begins in 1969 during the Beatles' Let It Be sessions. But while many assume that Billy Preston's connection with the band started here, it actually dates back to their early days in Hamburg.
I first met the Beatles in 1962 on a tour with Little Richard and Sam Cooke in Hamburg, Germany. Well, they were the supporting acts on the show.
Supporting acts?
Yeah.
How old were you in 62?
15.
15, and you were touring Europe and England with Little Richard?
Yes.
The group had been inspired by the keyboardist's incredible groove and had always thought fondly of him. However, it wasn't until the Let It Be sessions that Preston's role became more significant. During their tumultuous Let It Be sessions in 1969, there was a notable moment when George Harrison temporarily left the Beatles.
I think I'll be leaving the band now.
When?
Now.
Frustrated with the tense atmosphere and conflicts within the band, George decided to take a break and clear his mind. It was during this time that he had the encounter with Billy Preston at a gig. George attended a performance by the band Ray Charles and his orchestra at the Lyceum Ballroom in London. Now, Ray Charles once humorously commented, "I don't play no piano. I got a man who plays it for me. His name is Billy Preston." Now, this statement highlights Charles's recognition of Preston's exceptional skills at the piano and organ, emphasizing that Preston's talent allowed Ray Charles to focus on other aspects of his performance. Now, George was actually unaware that Billy was involved or even playing at the gig, but he was impressed by Preston's musical abilities and positive energy, and he sensed that Preston's presence could alleviate the tensions within the Beatles and bring a fresh perspective to their recording sessions.
You're giving us a lift, Bill. We've been doing this for days, weeks. Just choking.
Recognizing that potential, Harrison invited Preston to join the Beatles during the Let It Be sessions.
Right, I met them, reunited with them last year in January. And I just went down to say hello, and they were recording at the time. And I was sitting there, and Paul says, get on the electric piano. So I went over, started playing, and John says, take a solo.
Take, Billy.
As we've seen on the Get Back video, Preston's arrival had a significant impact on the dynamics within the band. His charismatic personality and musical talent brought renewed sense of collaboration and positivity to the sessions. The addition of Preston's keyboards, particularly the electric piano, enriched the sounds of the recordings and injected new life into the band's music. John even commented about letting Billy join the band as the fifth Beatle.
On the film it happened so great.
I mean, I'd just like him in our band, actually.
Yeah.
I like a fifth Beatle.
We had Twickenham suddenly there was 3 and then there's 4 of us, at least 5.
So it was then that George's chance encounter with Billy Preston at the gig proved to be a turning point in the Let It Be sessions, not only revitalizing Harrison's own enthusiasm for the project, but also contributing to the more harmonious and productive atmosphere among the band members. Preston's involvement showcased the power of collaboration and the profound influence that the talented musician could have on a creative process. The Beatles' Get Back single, released in 1969, was actually credited as The Beatles with Billy Preston, and this was done to acknowledge Billy Preston's significant contribution to the song. Preston's electric piano playing added a distinct flavour to the track, and his involvement was recognised by crediting him alongside the Beatles on the single release. So it was then that Billy received credit for his playing on a Beatles performance alongside Eric Clapton, Nicky Hopkins, Andy White, George Martin obviously, Alan Civil and Anil Bhagwat. But Billy's credit is likely to be the first time an outside musician was officially credited on a Beatles single. Now I know that Anil Bhagwat is credited on the Revolver album for playing the drums, well, you know, the hand drums. I can't remember what they're called offhand. I'll put it here. But Billy gets the credit on the single release. It's the Beatles with Billy Preston. Following the Beatles' breakup, the individual members continued their musical journeys, and Billy Preston became a recurring collaborator on their solo albums. First up, we have George Harrison's All Things Must Pass from 1970. Billy's electric piano skills shine on tracks like the iconic My Sweet Lord and the title track All Things Must Pass. On Ringo Starr's 1973 album, Ringo, Preston played a significant role on the album, adding his musical talents to several tracks. He provided keyboards as well as backing vocals on songs like Oh My My and Photograph, which of course became a hit single for Ringo. Preston's collaboration on the album helped create a vibrant and energetic sound, contributing to its overall success. Lastly, we have George Harrison's Living in the Material World, also released 1973. Preston's piano and organ skills can be heard on tracks like the title song, Living in the Material World, and Try Some Buy Some. Billy Preston's collaboration with the Beatles and their solo careers left a lasting impact on their music. His distinctive keyboard playing added depth and a fresh dynamic to their songs, elevating the overall sound and contributing to their musical growth. Preston's contributions extended beyond the Beatles as well. He continued to work with various artists, including Eric Clapton and the Rolling Stones, and he left his mark on the music industry as a whole. Now, we lost Billy to that great gig in the sky in 2006, but his legacy lives on through his influential work and the memories he created with the Beatles and other renowned musicians. So I think that's quite a short video, but it kind of gives us an overview of Billy Preston's collaborations with the Beatles and their solo projects, from the Let It Be sessions to their individual albums. His musical contributions were undeniably significant. So I think that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching and bearing with. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating content. I say that tongue-in-cheek, but of course I want to push this aspect of my channel, my YouTube corner, to my interest in music, my playing in music, as well as my interest in other artists, their stories and their journeys. So yeah, stay tuned. It's not just Beatles, but it will be others as well. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.